If it's meant for you, it will arrive naturally. Buddhist teachings on detachment. In modern life, we are often taught that if we want something, we must chase it relentlessly. Success is defined by constant effort, by control, by forcing things to align with our plans. Yet there is a quiet paradox hidden beneath this belief. The more tightly we try to hold on, the more we feel things slipping away. The more we chase, the more distant fulfillment seems to become. Buddhist teachings offer a radically different perspective. What is truly meant for you will come naturally, not through force, but through alignment, not through control, but through letting go. At the heart of this wisdom lies the understanding that life is not something to dominate, but something to flow with. Human beings often live under the illusion of control. We believe we can shape everything, our careers, our relationships, our futures. But reality is far more fluid. Everything is impermanent, constantly changing, never fixed. This principle of impermanence reminds us that nothing can be held forever, no matter how hard we try. We may attempt to hold on to a person, but if they are not meant to stay, they will eventually leave. We may strive endlessly for a goal, only to find emptiness even after achieving it. The suffering we experience does not come from loss itself, but from the illusion that we could have prevented it. This is where the concept of detachment becomes essential. Detachment is often misunderstood as giving up or becoming indifferent, but in Buddhist philosophy, it means something far more profound. It is not the abandonment of action, but the release of attachment to outcomes. You still work, still love, still pursue your dreams, but you no longer tie your sense of self-worth or inner peace to whether those efforts succeed or fail. You act with sincerity, yet without clinging. You care deeply, yet without possession. In doing so, you free yourself from the emotional turbulence that comes from expectation and fear. There is a quiet truth embedded in the idea of what is meant for you. In Buddhism, everything arises through causes and conditions, what we might call right timing or natural alignment. If something truly belongs in your life, it will arrive without requiring you to lose yourself in the process. It will not demand constant anxiety, force, or sacrifice of your inner peace. On the other hand, if something requires endless struggle just to maintain its presence, it may not be in harmony with your path. Often, the most meaningful experiences in life come when we are not desperately trying to control them. An unexpected opportunity, a genuine connection, a moment of clarity that appears without warning. These are not accidents, but expressions of life unfolding naturally. Peace, as Buddhism teaches, does not come from achieving external outcomes. It arises from within. Many people live with the belief that happiness is waiting at the end of some future accomplishment. When I achieve this, then I will finally feel fulfilled. But this mindset creates a cycle of endless striving. Even when we reach our goals, the mind quickly shifts to new desires, new fears, new attachments. Without inner stillness, no external success can provide lasting satisfaction. True peace comes from accepting the present moment as it is, without resistance. When you stop fighting reality, you begin to experience a sense of lightness. You realize that you do not need everything to be perfect in order to feel whole. To trust that what is meant for you will arrive is to trust the natural flow of life. Imagine life as a river. When you swim against the current, you exhaust yourself, struggling to move forward. But when you allow yourself to move with the flow, you travel farther with less effort. This does not mean becoming passive or inactive. Rather, it means doing what you can while accepting what you cannot control. It means participating fully in life without trying to dominate it. In this state, you are no longer consumed by anxiety about the future. You begin to appreciate the journey itself rather than obsessing over the destination. There is also a subtle irony in human experience. When you stop chasing something with desperation, it often finds its way to you more easily. This is because your energy shifts. Without fear of loss or the pressure of expectation, you become more open, more present, more authentic. Decisions are no longer driven by insecurity, but by clarity. And it is this state of inner balance that naturally attracts what aligns with you. You are no longer forcing life to respond. You are allowing life to meet you where you are. Living with detachment does not mean losing ambition or passion. On the contrary, it allows you to pursue your goals with greater clarity and resilience. You still have dreams, but you are not controlled by them. You still love, but you do not allow love to become a source of suffering. You still strive, but you do not lose yourself in the process. This balance between effort and surrender is where true freedom lies. In the end, the idea that if it's meant for you, it will arrive naturally is not simply a comforting thought. It is a profound truth about the nature of existence. Life is not something you must conquer, but something you must understand. When you release the need to control everything, you begin to truly live. You give your best effort, you open your heart fully, and at the same time, you learn to let go. Because sometimes it is precisely in the moment you stop holding on so tightly that life finally places in your hands what you have been searching for all along.